Cape Rugby TV time. And of course, we're taking a look at what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Nice to have you along. If you've been watching the show, of course, you'll know that this past weekend gone by was the big weekend at City Park. But of course, we're also taking a look at the Challenge Cup and the Promotion Cup. All that and more coming up in the show tonight. Before we get going, though, big thanks, of course, to our partners on board with us, Score Energy Drinks. Of course, Score Energy Drinks has got their new Immune Booster out, and we'll explain to you how you can win yourself a case of the new Immune Booster by going to our Facebook competition. And of course, MChem 24-hour pharmacy on the corner of N1 and Durban Road. All right, back in studio with me, Jerome Paardwater. Jerome, nice to have you back, man.
Yeah, it's a big week. Last week was great rugby, but yeah, and also lucky to have this good weather. Yeah, so we've had a little bit of sunshine now, so hopefully the weather can last so that we can have some good weather for training and playing games, and the fields are dry.
Faisal, yeah, you guys must be happy with the start off. It's kind of been a couple of months now building up to this, and there it was, semi-finals at City Park.
Yeah, no, firstly, good evening to everybody. I think from my side,
straight into it.
So, yeah, let's get straight into it. I think it was a fantastic week, Japes. I think this is what it's about. And, yeah, I think from a club perspective, from the clubs that participated, it was fantastic. The weather played its part.
Yeah.
I mean, I think City Park was also looking great. I think looking at the field, it was probably one of the better fields in Cape Town. So it was a fantastic weekend.
Yeah. All right, Jerome, you were there most of the day. We're going to look at a lot of games today. Is it kind of what you were expecting? Because for me, watching from the side, I thought it was just good rugby across the board.
Yeah, look, from I think.
But I'll leave the expertise in your hands.
From where where they started off at City Park playing those finals and semi-finals, you can see the level of rugby definitely improve. The level of coaching definitely improve. And just overall, you can see the coaches are they look very professional. They're all mic'd up. They talk. And if you see, like in the past, if I look at warm-ups, you see the coach was handling everything. Now there's a conditioning coach, there's a defense coach, there's a forward coach, there's a backline coach. So I think over the years, that is what we encourage. And I think we there now, and you can see in the rugby that the guys are playing and the effort the clubs are putting in. You can also see some of them have warm-up kit, and they look very professional, and it's good, especially the smaller clubs in the community. So they look good, and it's very professional. I must compliment the clubs for doing that.
All right, now we're going to take a look at the rugby on field. Folks, we've got all the games for you tonight. So a string of games coming up. Of course, the day started at 11 o'clock on Saturday with women's rugby. Let's take a look at the first game we're taking a look here, and our Busy Bees and CPUT. There we go, folks. So of course, big thanks to Supersport Schools for supplying us with the footage there. First game, then of course CPUT and Busy Bees. Faisal, you guys have been working quite a lot on the women's rugby. Jerome, you as well. Busy Bees coming away with a win there. Now, what does that mean for Busy Bees? What happens next for them now?
So yeah, so from Busy Bees, they obviously, from the A section, they now play against the finalists.
Yeah.
This on the 14th. I think for CPUT, it's great to see them, just being out there and playing in that there. So they participated in the B section, so it gave them opportunity to play against some of the teams in the A section, see how they fare. So yeah, we're looking forward to, I think, a fantastic sort of final on the 14th.
Okay, Jerome, let's go to you. Busy Bee, CPUT, the women's rugby, you guys have been working behind the scenes with the players and the coaches. You've got a good idea of the progress of women's rugby. Of course, our senior women's rugby is doing really well. Looking at the game, still early days. Are you happy with what you're seeing so far?
Yeah, look, if you look at the rugby, especially again at City Park last week with some of the girls this up, and it was so good to see there's a lot of girls that we can still invite to come and train with Western Province and in the pre-season now, because there's a lot of talent out there. And just yesterday I spoke to an official of the Bulls, and we were talking about the past final Province and the Bulls. And he's saying that the problem with them is they lack the club rugby.
I was going to ask you now, do the Bulls actually have women's clubs?
No, they have, but they say they lack, they struggle with what we have, and we're so blessed. And I think, Faisal, I think we're going to have some more clubs playing, and it's already a good start for us.
Yeah. And looking at what we saw on Saturday and the fact that it's on TV now, Faisal, this is what gets young women and girls to join clubs.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the opportunities are there. I think yesterday we were out in Mitchell's playing. There's another hub that's starting there. Only not starting. They've been playing for a while, but just a little bit of structure, like Jerome says. I think it's important that we look at the pathway in terms of how the girls get through and how they come through, so that when they get to the so-called the high performance, that we're able to get them to the next level. I think one of the challenges, or one of the things that we're going to work on, I think, for next year at club level is the conditioning. So we're looking at games, trying to get them as much games as possible. But the next thing is just work on the conditioning and that there, just to get them a little bit better equipped and fit.
Yeah. All right, folks, when we come back from the break, we're going to take a look at the match between Bellville and Macassar. More women's rugby. And then, of course, don't forget Super League A, Super League B, Super League C semi-finals. This was, of course, at City Park on Saturday. Back in a second. Don't go away.